Hi, everyone. This is Mark Plunkett, the pastor of Heritage Presbyterian Church, with another of our weekly devotionals. This one, Old Testament. Let's go back all the way to the book of Deuteronomy. Now, before we get to it, let me tell you what happened to me last night. I went to the grocery store to pick up something that I needed at the last minute, and on my way into the store and out of the store, I heard violin music. Now, I didn't pay very much attention to it, but when I came out of the store, I did. Because I thought, gosh, that sure does sound pretty. Where's it coming from? I thought it was coming from the speakers. It was coming from a young lady, looked like she was maybe 13, 14, who was playing a violin hooked up to a speaker. And her mother, I'm pretty sure it was her mother, was begging for money or for food. And I've never seen anything like that before. I've seen lots of people beg for money or beg for food, and I always try to give something, especially if I've got it. And so, I walked over to them to see, okay, what's going on here? And that's when I saw the sign, and the mom really, really appreciated it. See, I only had $3, and she said, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it." And I told the young lady, I said, "You play beautifully." And she just kind of bowed to me a little bit, just nodded her head, and then she went right back to playing again. And I was watching her play, and I was thinking, my goodness, she plays so beautifully. What an unusual way to beg for help. But it made me think of a couple of things. There are people in our world who do not believe in giving to poor people, hungry people, people on the side of the road. Now, I know. A lot of them are taking the money that we give them, and they are not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of the children that you see sometimes. They're not really getting food. Sometimes you offer them food, they get mad at you. That's when you know they're not really wanting food. But a lot of them are. And I've always thought to myself, I love what I heard Pope Francis say one time. Francis was asked about should we give to people that are begging in the street. You know what he said? He said, it's only a couple of bucks. It's only a couple of bucks. It's only a couple of bucks. That's what Francis was saying. What he didn't say was, are you going to miss it? Is a couple of bucks going to save this person's life? No. But it's only a couple of bucks. Maybe if they really need something to eat, that's enough to get them something to eat. I like that. I like that very much. I admire Pope Francis. I think he's a wise man. But listen to what else I found. Listen to what it says in the book of Deuteronomy. Now, this is the Lord speaking to Moses, and Moses speaking to the people. If there is any among you, anyone in need, a member of your community in any of the towns within the land that I am giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted towards your needy neighbor. You should rather open your hand, willingly lending enough to meet the need, whatever it may be. Be careful that you do not entertain a mean thought, thinking the seventh year, the year of remission, is near, and therefore view your needy neighbor with hostility and give nothing. Your neighbor might cry out to the Lord against you, and you will incur guilt. Give liberally and ungrudgingly when you do so. For on this account, the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in all that you undertake. Since there will never cease to be someone in need on the earth, I therefore command you, open your hand to the poor and needy neighbor in your land. Open your hand to the poor and needy neighbor in your land. Technically, when I walked over and gave $3, which was all the change I had, to that young lady and her mom, I was following the commandment of the Lord from the book of Deuteronomy thousands of years ago, and I was following that old command and didn't realize it at the time. I try to give when I can, and I try to give something that I think is going to help. But even if I blow it, that's not on me. Like the Pope said, it's only a couple of bucks. But also, the Lord said, I command you, open your hand to the poor and to the needy neighbor in your land. It's a command from the Lord. And it's only a couple of bucks. Amen.